Hello. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I don't know if you saw in the paper that there had been a prophecy about 2021 from a psychic who's been nicknamed Mystic Veg because her way of telling the future is to throw some asparagus into the air and seeing how they land. And she's come up with some fairly obvious answers like, well, we all hope for this anyway, that the pandemic is over at least by June. Slightly more specific ones like the fact that Prince Harry will return to England during the summer on his own. And a prediction, somewhat strangely I think, that the most popular boy's name in 2021 is going to be Gus. Well, we'll see. But the prediction that interested me was that she thought that the asparagus was suggesting that because of the pandemic primarily, the people of the world will become a lot kinder to each other. And I think this is something we all very much want. But I don't think it's as easy as that. Certainly isn't as easy as just throwing some asparagus in the air. And it made me wonder what we could do to help to make the world a kinder place. The Hebrew word, the one in the Hebrew Bible for kindness, is hesed, or as it's often translated, particularly in the older versions, loving kindness. And I think that's a lovely word because it speaks of the gentleness and the thoughtfulness and the carefulness that's involved in that kind of kindness. And it's particularly used when talking of the way God regards us, that God treats us with loving kindness. And I think if we can begin to take on board the fact that we're loved, that I'm loved, that each of us is loved with that sort of gentle, thoughtful, careful, attentive love, which you could call loving kindness, then that's the start of letting kindness loose in the world. Because I think once we realise how much we're loved, it becomes much easier to be kind to others. But we need to take that kind of love on board, to take it into ourselves, to take it really seriously, that's how God treats us. And I think the best way of doing that is to treat ourselves like that. And so my challenge for today, and one I'm sharing with you in case you want to do the same, is to see whether I can be more gentle with myself, a bit kinder to myself. Because I'm sure that as I do that, new patterns will begin to emerge in my life. And they will be much more creative and useful patterns than are made just by throwing asparagus in the air. So let's try today to have that new gentleness, that new kindness, reflecting God's attitude to us in the way that we treat ourselves.